It's been a year since I pollarded the wild cherry tree, and it's been about 6, 7 months since I actually showed the last update on how the growth had really just taken over the tree. I had said I would do a pruning update video in the springtime or late winter, and it's mid-March now, so I'm going to show you what I did. This was probably towards the end of February I did this, but this is how I went about doing the tree. As you can see, branches have taken over, and the structure really needs to be tamed so that it can grow into a good backyard orchard tree. If you recall, there was 3 branches that came out, 3 primary branches. There was this one here, and then there's one over there. But they got things coming off all over the place. So we do need to trim them back, get rid of the crossing branches, and also get it growing in a direction that we want it to take. So first off, I can see that this one branch here is going to need to come off because it's growing up and then curving back over the top. We want to have that globe shape on this tree, and we do want to keep it low to keep it at a backyard orchard height. So where I'm going to cut this branch, though, I'm not quite sure yet. I do like that this branch here is growing out in this direction. It's also low, so it'll make it easier to harvest from eventually. This one wouldn't be so bad growing out towards the back. Now I'm not sure if the angle that it's growing at to the trunk is really all that important. I see we had a branch break off here during the winter. Oops, there we go. I see we had a branch break off here during the winter time. So that could end up posing a problem. What I think I'm going to end up doing with this branch here is cutting it back to here, and I'm going to end up taking off this branch here because it's growing out at an angle across these other branches. So that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to leave this one here, take this one off the top, and then probably take off these ones that are actually pointing down to the ground, and maybe leave this branch here, but take off of this down here. I might need to get my saw out for this one. It's about 1 inch, and I'm not sure my Felco pruners would be enough. Okay, so I'm going to start in here, and I'm going to try and get as close as I can. There we go. And I'm going to take off this here because that's growing into the tree. Like I said, I like this one because it's growing out from the tree this way. This is going to end up coming off. This small one here, I'll leave that for now. And you can see there's actually some green here. I'm not sure if you can see that. So it's good I'm getting to this now. This one here or this one here. It's all a judgment call here, because if you look at how this is growing, this is kind of growing as a cap on top of this branch here. I think I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to get rid of this one. See now, so many indecisions to make. I'm just going to take this off for now, and that off for now. And yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one on top, if I can, without nipping the one underneath. There we go. I think that'll make this one stronger. Also, we have this branch here, and that would be growing out, so it would end up shading that one. This is all coming off here, I think, anyway, right? See, it didn't matter because I'm taking off this branch here. Maybe I'm not going to go down that far. Maybe I'll just go to here. Try to keep the camera on it. I was initially going to come down to here, but maybe I'll just come to here and cut this off. Let's see, can I get it with this? Would have been better with the saw. There we go. Okay. So let's see. So now we'll take this off down here. Missed. There we go. And I'm going to take off this. I'm not going to leave that lower one on. Okay. One done. So with this in here, there's just like a massive branches coming out of here. So I'm going to start with what I don't want. Come in here and get that. This lower one I'm going to take off because I'm liking this one better. And this one here will come off. Again, some of these might have come off otherwise. If I cut off like say I cut off this branch, it would have ended up coming off. And I might end up cutting off that one anyway. Yeah, I think I like this branch down here best. So I'm going to come in here and cut that one off. All right. Cut this off because it's growing out towards the side. I'd like to get a little bit closer. All right, this one's definitely coming off because it's growing out across the other branches. All right. I think I'll cut these off down here because they'll end up getting shaded out by the ones up top. Come in here, go in the wrong direction. This is facing down. This is also kind of going down. Now some of these branches might end up not being good because I'm also looking now, when I did this branch here, look there. That's not good. I'm going to leave it for now, but that branch might not survive. If it doesn't, that's fine. I've still got this branch here, but that crack there, I don't like. Next, I'm going to take this one off. It's a crossing branch. And this one's going to come off because it's crossing out this way. Take off this lower one. Okay. Now this branch is actually pretty decent the way it's growing. And I'm not going to do too much with it. I'm going to allow it to grow out more. Now I probably should take off one of these two because there's two branches. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's two branches right here. Now, I'm going to take off that top one, just that the bottom one looks a little bit sturdier. And these branches that are pointing down. I'm going to allow this one to stay, only because it's going to come to this area where there's no branches growing. Probably makes this branch here also not ideal, but I'm going to leave it for the time being. We'll cut off that one there. Again, growing down. And come back, I'm going to take this here. And trying to minimize the amount of branches that are crossing over. See, now looking at this way, I'm going to take off this top one now that I see it. There, I think that's a better branch. And I'm actually going to cut back some buds here to an outward facing bud. Cut them at an angle just to keep the size in check. And again, trying to go to outward facing buds. And just so that, and you also, in addition to wanting to keep the height down, you also always want to push the growth back towards the trunk. It makes for stronger trees. So I would like to, again, just continuously try to improve the structure of the tree. Also, when you have these long branches, if they do get burdened with fruit, they'll hang down, possibly break. So by cutting them back, you end up strengthening the entire branch. Now I imagine a number of these, I'm actually going to cut this whole thing right back. Where to? I guess I want to go in that way. Oops. Go. That actually helps decide how some of these branches are going to go. And I'm actually going to cut this one back. I'm going to try and cut it as flush as possible so you don't invite any disease. There we go. Now I'm going to have to keep an eye on how this develops here. Trying to trim every branch back to a bud so that each of them gets some sort of pruning on it. All right, so definitely not the perfect prune, and as the tree develops, I'll end up doing more pruning on it. Right now the branches are pretty low, which does, as I say, make for ease of picking the fruit. But that's where we are right now. And we'll check in again in the future on how this tree is going. I might give another 6-month update just to show you how it's leafed out again. I'm not planning on any fruit growing this year. It's still in the young stages of recovering from the pollarding. But that's it for now. And as I said, as the tree develops, we'll check back in. Okay, thanks for watching.